Next on the agenda, we have the honor of welcoming Mr. Aravind Balasubramanya. Mr. Balasubramanya is well known for his profound and inspiring experiences with Sri Sathya Sai Baba. His deep insights and heartfelt stories have touched many lives, especially the young adults seeking spiritual growth. Today, he'll be sharing his personal experience on teachings of Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Brothers and sisters, please put our hands together for Mr. Aravind Balasubramanya.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble pranams at Bhagawan's lotus feet. Dearest Swami, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters. There were times when the students of the Sathya Sai educational institutions in Puttaparthi and Vrindavan would get the opportunity to put up exhibitions, just like we have done over here. And just like Swami has blessed the exhibition here, Swami would bless the exhibition there too. He would come visiting. And a lucky few would get the chance to explain their model or their display, their exhibit to Swami. So one such boy stood next to an exhibit which had a man standing next to a bullock cart, a car, and an aeroplane. That was it. Swami came and asked him, "What is this?" He said, "Swami, these are the paths to God." How? Swami, this man walking or bullock cart, that is the path of karma, karma marga. That is the S in that we say, right? Service, adoration, illumination, S. Swami, the car is the bhakti marga, the path of adoration. Swami, and aeroplane, fastest. That is the jnana marga, the path of illumination. That is the fastest. And it was evident that he was marketing for the path of illumination. Swami said, "Very good, very true. But remember, if you fall from the aeroplane, there is no survival." So yes, we are here on the culminating day of this beautiful conference discussing service, adoration, and illumination. This is the day of illumination. And we pray to Bhagawan that our intellects get illumined with his love and grace. Today, thanks to Swami, we know that the three paths are not three separate paths. When we came here, we actually walked in our home to come out of the main door. And then we took a car to reach the airport. And then we took the flight to come here. That is how it is with even S, A, and I, with karma, bhakti, and jnana. In fact, let me give two perfect examples. Swami has given many examples to explain all the three. Let me pick two that are my favorite. Swami says, karma marga is like primary school. Bhakti marga is like higher secondary school. And jnana marga is the university. When we are being introduced, everyone speaks of the university only. Nobody says, Aravind Balasubramanya did his first grade in such and such a school. He did 7th grade. No. What matters is what is your degree. That's all. But we will not be able to achieve that degree unless we have gone through primary and secondary school. So too, while illumination is the only thing that matters in our life, that determines where we are in our life, we cannot get that illumination without service, without adoration. In fact, the other example makes it very clear. Swami uses the clock. He says the clock has three hands: the seconds hand, the minutes hand, and the hour hand. Swami says the seconds hand is the karma marga. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, continuously. We are always engaged in action. You cannot escape action. That is what even Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Action is inevitable. It is like the seconds hand of the clock, relentless. And then Swami says Bhakti Marga is like the minutes hand. The minutes hand doesn't seem to move, but Once the second hand completes one full circle, the minute hand just moves one bit. If you are very alert, we can notice it. I remember the first time my little daughter observed, she said, "Dad, it moves, it moves." Yes, it moves. But then, that is the, so which means when we are relentlessly engaged in good action in service, after doing many of those, we get that feeling of love, the feeling of yearning towards God. And then, when the minute hand completes a full circle, that is when the our hand moves one. So we have to do a lot of yearning, pining, and love for God to get one insight, to get that illumination. And that is why all these three, service, adoration, and illumination, are linked. They are not separate. It is not SAI, it is Sai. Sai. Sai is what brings together all the three, because all the three are necessary. Primary school is needed, higher secondary school is needed, and university is needed. Now, let me share one experience, the only experience that I wish to share today, on what is actually this illumination. It is something that has to be experienced, but I will give a theoretical explanation based on my understanding. So when I was in university, I had the most beautiful schedule. Get up in the morning, prayers, then we go and get ready, go to college, come back, go for darshan, have Swami's darshan, then bhajans, and then return, have games, good dinner, go to bed. Beautiful, right? Nothing to worry about. Just focus on your studies. And yet, I felt bored. I felt something is missing. I felt I'm stagnating. I'm not growing spiritually. Yes, I'm helping my roommates. We are living harmoniously. I'm attending bhajans, but I'm not, I don't know, I'm not getting that spiritual kick. We don't know what it is. We don't know what is enlightenment. We go by what artists depict. We think enlightenment means a yellow halo around the head. Possibly when I sit 1 inch above the ground. We don't know. We just look at it. We think keeping eyes half closed with a smile. Possibly because we see how the enlightened ones are depicted, and we think that enlightenment is an external characteristic. It is not. Enlightenment is an internal thing. We have revered sir here. I often ask, do you think the Buddha is a success story? Everyone says, yes, he's a success story. But the Buddha set out to find solutions for sickness, old age, and death. Did he find the solution? We still have sickness, old age, and death today. Oh, yes, he found the solution within. And once he found it, not only did he become an enlightened one, he enlightened so many. He became an inspiration for millions around the world. So enlightenment is an internal thing. It's not an external thing. It's not about levitating. It's not about growing a halo around the head. But I did not know it back then. And so I got very inspired by Ramana Maharshi. And Ramana Maharshi describes one experience where he does a deep introspection. He thinks that what is going to happen when I die? My breath stops, and he stops the breath. And then he says, I don't need to breathe because I'm gone. If I'm dead, the body is still there, but I am gone. This is this question, Nanyar, who am I? Who am I? We often see the 100th blow which breaks the stone and think that, oh God, you just hit it, it breaks. No, there have been 99 blows and strokes before. And we go and hit and say, what, it's not breaking. Possibly for Ramana Maharshi, it was the 100th blow. I saw this and said, this is what I have to do. I'm stagnating in my life. I need to get that experience. And Ramana Maharshi got it this way. Let me also copy it. And so every night we had two options to sleep, either in our room or we could go to the prayer hall and sleep there. If you sleep in the prayer hall, there is some sort of a discipline, because by 10 o'clock, all lights will be off. And by 4 a.m., the lights will come on because it's time for prayer. You have to get up and go. Since I wanted this discipline, I would go and sleep in the prayer hall. And while everybody slept, I would sit and imagine, I am not this body. Suppose I am dead. What happens? I don't need to breathe. And I would actually hold my breath and hope that I get enlightenment. The morning light came, but enlightenment didn't come. Days passed. This didn't happen at all. I did this practice sincerely for almost a month. At the end of the month, there it was. My lung capacity grew. From 60 seconds, now for 75 seconds, I could hold my breath. But that was all the progress that I had made. And then I was thinking, Swami, what is this, Swami? I'm feeling this spiritual stagnation. I'm not getting illumination. I'm not getting enlightenment. I'm not getting that energy. What should I do? This was the Dasara time. And that day in the Kulwant hall, as we sat, Swami came and began his discourse. Swami said, without sleeping at night, keeping awake and holding breath, people think they're enlightened. I'm like, man, that's me. That's me. Wow. And Swami went on to describe other foolish activities that people do and think they become enlightened. And I was thinking, Swami, please, Swami, don't make fun of me, but Swami, how do we become enlightened? And then Swami says, I will tell you the secret. It's very simple. What is the secret? Do you all wish to know? Or shall I just direct you to the discourse? I'll tell it because I've got time, 4 more minutes. So, Swami said, the only way you can get enlightened is to see God in everyone. See God in everyone and everything, and you're enlightened. As simple as that. When the interesting thing is, when I revisited this discourse, right? Interestingly, in the audio, see, that was the time when Swami's speech was, because it was a little bit not clear. When he spoke, the mic was also not clear. But you know what, dear brothers and sisters, today I firmly believe even Swami's speech being so-called slurred or not clear is his will, is his master plan. Because that day Swami said, Panileka. Panileka means without work, without working. But I heard it as Pankoleka. Pankoleka meaning without sleeping. It made great meaning for me. Those who thought that Swami made a mistake there, no. That mistake is also part of the master plan. That is, I get goosebumps here. Dear brothers and sisters, Swami makes no mistakes. An apparent mistake is also part of the master plan because it serves a purpose. But then the question, how do I see God in all? I can see God in those people that I like and those who like me. But that guy, you know that guy, right? And that lady, I can't see God. Can't see God. In fact, there was one lady in the interview room. She told Swami, Swami, that volunteer there, Swami, she's very terrible. I'm so scared of her. What to do, Swami? Swami told, you know something? Even I'm scared of her. But jokes apart, how do we see God in all? And I will conclude with this small analogy that Swami has also shared in various discourses that has inspired me a lot. Swami says this whole life is a movie. It's a drama where we are all actors. And Swami says the problem comes when we identify with the role so much that we forget that we are actors and we think that we are the character. We are that role. And therefore, we had done one small skit in Swami's presence where the boy is telling, I'm going to leave India and go to America. And the father says, no, please don't go, be with me. And he says, no, I'm going to go. Oh, it's an emotional exchange. And finally he storms away. And the father is crying, oh, son, you left me. You left me. And then the director says, great, cut. And cut is done. And then they say, hey, great job, very nice acting. And then this guy comes with this, no, but my son left me. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's done. Scene is done. No, my son left me. And everybody laughed. Swami also laughed. And then we in the drama, we were saying that this is how we behave. We are just playing that role as a father, as a mother, as a brother, as a sister, as a friend, as the head of the organization, as a sevadal in the organization. These are all roles. These roles can get exchanged. We need to perform the roles. For example, so everyone is divine doesn't mean that I go to the taxi driver and say, please sit, let me offer tulsi mala and rose at your lotus feet. No, then the movie goes flop. But when I tell him, okay, I will pay you this. If you take more than this, I'm not coming with you. I'm telling it only as I'm acting my role. Since I've got just 1 minute, I hope I'm able to express what I want to say. That I'm acting it out, but in my heart, I have no feeling that he is inferior and I am superior. Same way when I correct my child and tell, this is wrong, you better don't do this, this is not good at all. I'm stern because I need to portray that for the success of the drama. But in my heart, I have no anger on the child. When I tell, you are my most beloved, I can't live without you, I'm doing it. But in my heart, there's no attachment. That is how Swami did. That is why Swami could turn one place, scold one person, the next moment turn and shower love so much. The secret of life, the secret to illumination is to see God in all. And to see God in all, we have to play our role to perfection, remembering that it is a role, not getting involved in it, and not getting, therefore, the emotions to become us. Dear Swami, as we embark on this journey, as we walk with service, drive with adoration, and fly with illumination, please be our friend walking by our side, our chauffeur, our sarathi, our eternal companion, and our pilot taking us to the highest realms of wisdom. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Om Sri Sai Ram. Thank you so much, Brother Aravind, for your impactful and enlightened talk. So I'll summarize a little bit of takeaways of his speech. Service, adoration, and illumination are interconnected. Sai is what brings us together. Action is inevitable. Bhakti is what is going to help us cross the ocean of illusion. Atma Vichara, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? How do you get enlightened? See God in everything, in everything, all the time. So with these words, thank you so much, Brother Aravind.